Is there an element of surprise that we're not seeing that's going to catch us all off guard? Why would the writers let us know who the CI is all this time, knowing we know what's going to happen to them? Unless... Hey everyone, Just B here, and I'm breaking down the latest episode of Power Book 4 Force, aka The Tommy Show, Season 2, Episode 9, titled No Loose Ends. We're diving straight into the meatiness of this episode because a lot of stuff happened. So I just want to get to the meat of what everyone has been talking about and breaking that down so we know what's happening next. Before I get into it, I want to thank all of you guys for watching my last video that did like 66,000 views and was like hundreds of comments, and everyone was just dishing out their theories in the comment section. Unfortunately, Stars took it down because of some clips that were used in it. And so I, after going back and forth with them, decided just to leave it alone. So we can't see it anymore, guys. It's gone. But thanks again for engaging with that video. And everyone was having a wild time with the conversation. I really enjoyed that. And I know you guys really did too. All that means, guys, is that they're actually watching my content and seeing what's in there and also looking at the comments and whatnot. So, I mean, they have an eye on things over on this side for, you know, my small channel. But let's dive right into what I think we need to be paying attention to. So this episode starts off with Tommy and Diamond burying Diamond's former parole officer, who OG Diamond violently and viciously took out in the previous episode. There's this place called the Pine Barrens in New York, actually in New Jersey, where it's notorious for certain bodies to be hidden there. Never be found. So I'm guessing this is Chicago's version of it in some respects, or maybe Chicago's just big enough where they can hide it. But anyways, Tommy is confident that they're not going to get caught, and he lets Diamond know that we got a snitch problem, and I think I know who it is. So his first theory was Jenard, so Diamond gets on the defensive and it's like, nah, it can't be him, man. And then Diamond posits that maybe it's Vic. Now, Tommy rejects that idea, so now they are now in opposition over who is really going to be in. So they decide to put everyone to a test. Now, Diamond's temperament is, I'm sure everyone has seen it, very different in this particular episode. Now we can see this is no longer soft boy Diamond. This is now OG Diamond, head of CBI, back in business, taking nothing from anyone. And I can now see he's going to be an issue. He's going to be a problem. And I'm going to break down what exactly I mean by that right now. Because so many other things happened in this episode, people thought a lot of it was about Miguel and they were getting distracted by the explosions. They thought it was about the Serbs and all those things happening there. Now, those things are more like undercurrents for what I've been talking about in my breakdowns all season, with the writers are really focusing on. It became so clear. Here it is. Tommy and Diamond are going to go to war with each other. Now, here is my theory on what supports all of that. They wanted us to be distracted with what's going on with Shanti and Claudia and this new cartel that's going to be helping supply them and all that kind of stuff, right? And now, while all these other players are important and they do add to the story, the biggest thing we got to think about is that there's only so much story left to tell with one more episode left in the season. And I finally understood what is going on here. This entire episode isn't even about all of that stuff. It's about Tommy and Diamond. In every situation in this episode, whether it was them burying the body, whether it was them going to Miguel's grandma's funeral, it was always a test of their dynamic and how well they can work together. Mind you, with this being the new Diamond Samson. He's not gonna say everything off the top of his head, trying to be the guy that's on parole and low-key trying to be good while also trying to be a gangster. This guy is 100% committed to the game right now, and he moves vicious, but he moves smart. The difference is Tommy doesn't necessarily move smart. He moves like a sledgehammer and just goes in without and doesn't think too much. All season long, we've been going through this situation whereas the writers have this CI who is Vic that they've revealed to us, and so we know who he is. And so the whole thing is we're led to believe that the suspense is supposed to be, oh, when Tommy's gonna find out, what's he gonna do? What do you mean what he's gonna do? Tommy's dealt with snitches in the past. he just takes him out. So there's no suspense, there's no build up if Tommy finds out it's Vic and the audience already knows it's Vic. That's how I always knew that this situation with him being the CI is a red herring. It's a distraction because the writers are working up something so big that we're not going to see it coming. So what I think is going to happen in the next episode is based off of this comment I got in my last video. And someone was saying, I think Tommy and Diamond are really going to bump heads. Diamond is going to go back into boss level mode, and he's going to remind Tommy that he runs CBI. And then someone replied to that comment and said, yeah, him and the new Diamond are on the same page, but not sure about the real Diamond. The new Diamond was the guy pre-Leon getting killed and pre-Diamond taking out his parole officer. The real Diamond is the guy we see in this episode. They say, I think he's going to show that it's his city and it's his team. And now it finally made sense. Hold on real quickly. You guys want to see something crazy? Over 99% of you guys that watch my content are not subscribed. So I'm asking real quickly, if you don't mind, just hit the like button and hit subscribe real quickly. I'd love to keep on giving this content to you guys and lets me know that people actually are interested. Feel free to do that, man. Really appreciate it a lot. Would help me out a long way in growing my small channel. Thanks. Now back to the video. That we can now see these webs coming together and starting to weave and show us that the true conflict has been the one they set up from season 2, episode 1. Tommy and Diamond are going to get into it. He's so used to pushing Diamond around when he was distracted, but now this is OG Diamond who doesn't have to worry about distractions anymore. Leon's gone, put him to the side. Gianna, she's not going to be on my run anymore. I'm just going to be this guy. So here's my theory, guys. Let me read it off for you. Miguel wanted to meet with Diamond only so that they could partner up, get rid of Tommy, and stabilize the territories in Chicago with the new coalition. Miguel wants to now get CBI together with the Insane Princes. Once they get the Insane Princes, they got the entire city on lock and running things smoothly, and everyone's making money, no beef, we all good. Miguel asks him, how committed are you to Tommy? But then Diamond, only thing he does is smiles back and asks him why. And Miguel tells him straight up, we can merge CBI and the Insane Princes, but I don't see a place for Tommy, so you need to make a decision. Do you really need him? Now, this is later on reinforced by Jenard, who then questions Diamond on how involved he is with the moves Tommy has been making and then lets him know Tommy's taking advantage of you, bro. Denard tells him that Tommy looks ahead, but I'm your brother, I got your back. Then Diamond just smiles and says, thanks, I'm glad you're back in the fold, right? But there's so much going on there that you guys understand. Like, they keep positioning these conversations and Diamond's thinking about this, taking it in. So I think what's going to happen in the next episode is this. It can't just be, oh, it's Vic, Tommy grabs Vic, Tommy kills Vic, Vic is dead. There's no build-up, there's no suspense, there's no surprise, particularly for a season finale, nah. So that's why I think Vic's gonna get away. And here's how I think Vic's gonna get away. I think Tommy is going to come to Diamond and let him know that Vic is the CI and that they need to take him out. Diamond will want to find out what Vic has told the feds first, but Tommy will be emotional and arrogant. That's been a recurring theme for Tommy this whole season, is arrogance. He's going to disagree and want to take out Vic immediately. Diamond will block Tommy from making that move, and Diamond will grab Vic himself. They'll get into it, and Tommy will realize that CBI isn't really his because Diamond's going to mobilize everyone else to stop Tommy. Because the value is, if we just take out Vic, we don't know what he's told the feds. So we really don't got any sort of pull on our side. And then this is made even worse for Tommy because now he'll realize CBI isn't his, it's Diamond's. Diamond's gonna reclaim control. Tommy's gonna have nothing. No coalition, no crew, no product. Particularly within this episode, if you saw what was going on with JP, with D-Mac coming back from school, and also with Kate, JP is taking the position now where he's like, listen, I failed D-Mac twice now. Now here's how I'm going to make things right. So JP is saying he's going to now stand up to Tommy for the things that he's done and how he's brought D-Mac into the fold and also had to send him away. And that's caused his relationship with not just Kate, but also with D-Mac. So now him going to go ahead and make a stand means that Tommy might not have a family either. So here's where I think the season finale is going to leave off with Tommy. I think he gets arrested on false premises, like I said in my last video, which obviously you guys can't see, but I think he gets arrested on false premises by the task force, and eventually he's going to get a wrongful conviction case. It's going to be overturned because it was based off of things that Tommy didn't actually do, that the feds pressured Vic into saying that Tommy did. And I still think he's going to end up in prison until that wrongful conviction happens. So the final shot might actually be Tommy behind bars. And then in season 3, we see him get a wrongful conviction case and get his case overturned. Or I think that he gets the heads up after all this stuff happens with Diamond reclaiming control of CBI. I think he's going to get the heads up from Cooper Saxe and Monet Tejada about Tasha's whereabouts, and that's when he's going to go after Tasha, who at this stage in the game is still in witness protection. He's going to go back to New York, and this is where the season 2 finale of Force lines up with the season 3 finale of Ghost. And this is where we saw what happened there with him meeting up with Tasha and Tariq and confronting them and them finally being able to squash everything. I know this is a little bit of a different breakdown, guys, but I just really wanted to get to the main meat of what I saw the writers were putting together in this particular episode, and that I think a lot of people probably didn't see, but some people in the comments in the last video, they certainly started to catch on to it. And it's always great to have the conversation with you guys. But so let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Put it in the comment section. Do you think I'm wrong about my theories? Do you think I'm right? Or do you think there's something else I'm not actually thinking about? I want to hear from you guys, so put it down there in the comments. Until next time, guys, we'll see each other for the season 2 finale breakdown of Force. Peace.